What's up, GGs? Welcome to week 1, workout 2 of the new Elevate program. The second portion of the week will always be lower body. So we are doing balance beam squats to kick off the mobility portion. So you're going to pretend that your feet are on a balance beam. So keep them in the same line and you're squatting down, keeping about half a foot in between your 2 feet. And the point of this is to warm up and activate your knee joints and your ankles, okay? You're bending down, you're going to feel some impact on those knees. That's completely what we want. And so your back foot's just going to lift up on its heel. Then you're squatting down. Make sure you're doing 8 reps each side. Okay, then we have banded monster walks. So put a band, a thick one, around your legs, about an inch above your kneecaps, and then you're basically just walking forward and then walking back for 20 reps. Notice how my body is angled forward and I'm in kind of a lower squatted position as I'm walking. This is going to activate your knees, your quads, and those glutes. So 20 reps. Okay guys, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I just rolled out of bed and we're doing an early morning voiceover. So good morning. We're doing banded lateral walks now. So keep the band in that same position, just about an inch above your kneecaps. And you're walking side to side. So 2 steps to the left is 1 rep. 2 steps to the right is also 1 rep. Okay, so we have 20 total. But if you're counting steps, I guess it would be 40 total. If you need to pause and take a break, your glutes are on fire, that's totally okay. Just make sure you get those 20 reps in. Alright, we have a glute bridge with a leg raise. So you can't really tell, but my butt is in the air this entire time. So it's a single leg glute bridge, and your opposite leg is going back and forth, not touching the ground at all. So this is working on that hip mobility, stretching out your hips, inner thighs, and glutes. So keep your foot kind of stiff and drive with your toe. And you're doing 8 reps each side. Okay, and now we have the Frogger pose with a foam roller. So instead of putting your hands out in front of you and rocking back and forth, you're using that foam roller to roll your body out and stretch it. You're stretching your back and your shoulders, but by stretching out as far as you can, it's also giving your hips a really good stretch as well. So those inner thighs are going to be feeling it. So you're going to rock yourself out by rolling on the foam roller, then you're going to bring it back in and then back out to make it more dynamic, so you're not just held in that big deep stretch. Okay, then we have one of my favorites, the kneeling lateral lunge. So get down on one knee, kick your other leg straight out, and then you're going to brace yourself with your hands stacked over your shoulders. And then for the movement, you're just rocking back and forth, taking that butt to your heel, okay? So in and out of that movement, it's going to make sure that you're not held in a static stretch. Okay, last up is a knee drive to a leg swing. This is kind of like our leg swings we did back earlier in our earlier programs, but we're making it a little bit more difficult. So hold on to something for balance. With knee driving one leg up and then shooting it back. Make sure you keep each knee bent or you're going to tear a hamstring. We don't want that. So knee drive up, swing that leg back, kind of like you're doing a really fast Romanian deadlift. We just want to get that blood flow in and elevate the heart rate a little bit and also stretch out those hamstrings, get those glutes activated. So you have 10 of these each side. Okay, we are starting the workout. So these look a little awkward. I would hold on to something for some balance. I almost fell over a few times, so definitely hold on to something. But you're going to stay in that split squat position or that lunge position. You're going to lunge down and then bring your front foot up into a calf raise. So lift that heel up after each rep. So notice how my stance is pretty small. My feet are not widely spread apart, otherwise it's going to be really hard to get up on that toe in the front. So keep your legs closer together, lunge down, and then lift up onto that toe, and you're going to feel this a ton in your quads. Okay, this is a really, really good knee joint health movement and ankle stability movement. Okay, then we have banded squats. Guys, I could not find my lighter weight band. This was the heaviest band, and so I'm struggling. I can't even bring my feet as wide as I would like. So my squats are not as deep, but completely okay. You're going to do 20 squats for me. Make sure you're hinging at your hips and you're stopping where your hips want to stop. Okay? So I'm not pushing it. I usually can go deeper than this, but with the band, my hips didn't want to go further than that point right there. So just make sure you're activating those glutes, hinging at the hips. Your feet are pointed 45 degrees away from you, and you're keeping that core nice and tight. Keep that band on, guys. We have a banded glute kickbacks now. So hold on to something for some balance. Put one hand on your hip, and then you're just using one leg and kicking it back, and try and squeeze your booty cheek while you're doing this, okay? So this is going to hit the tops of your glutes, and you might even feel it more on the leg that's down because you're putting all your weight onto one leg. You might feel it in that leg more than you do the moving leg, but that's totally okay as long as you're feeling it in your glutes, okay? We have 10 reps each side. Okay, we have RDLs. So grab maybe your heaviest dumbbells that you have and make sure to do a mental checklist. So we're starting from your head to your toes. So head is neutral, neck is completely in line with your spine, back is nice and straight. You're hinging at the hips, shooting that butt back, trying to slam a car door with your bum. Your knees are bent just a little bit to hit those glutes more. And then the dumbbells are going to slide down your quad, and then underneath your knee, you're going to stop at your shins, okay? Don't let the dumbbells get away from your legs. Otherwise, you're going to have a gap in between your legs and the dumbbell. It's going to put some pressure on your lower back. We don't want that. So keep those dumbbells glued to your legs. Stop right where you hit your shins. And as you come out of the movement, push your heels into the ground, dig your heels in, and activate those glutes. Okay, we have banded glute bridges. So get a band that you're comfortable with, probably one of the lighter weight ones, and you're doing glute bridges for 20 to 30 reps. It is going to burn, but that's what we want. So push yourself, push past that burn, and make it to at least 20 reps. All right, we are doing a plank. So I like to add core exercises when we're doing legs because it's really easy to aggravate the lower back when we're doing leg exercises. So we want to make sure that core is nice and engaged as well. So we're doing a 45-second plank. Back nice and flat. Hips are not too high, but they're not sinking either. You got this. All right, then we have kneeling resistance band woodchops. So grab a resistance band. Mine doesn't have handles, but I'd recommend getting one with handles. Wrap it around something so you're holding both handles. So it's kind of a double resistance band then. So you're holding both handles, you're in that half lunge position or that knee up position, and try and keep your arms nice and neutral and static so they're not moving at all. You can see the only thing that's moving is my torso, okay? And my core is like squeezing as tight as it can. So this is going to work your obliques and that lower like deep level of your core, okay? So keep that leg up. You're twisting your body into the knee that's up, okay? This is a wood chop. Keep those arms nice and static, so don't move them at all. There's a slight bend in them, but they're completely straight. And you're squeezing that core as much as you can into the knee that's up. Okay, we made it to set 2. Make sure you've rested 1 to 2 minutes before starting again. Get some water, walk around, just rest for a little bit. Okay, we have our lunge to calf raise. Make sure to hold on to something. And it might take you a couple tries to get this movement down, but once you do, it's pretty fluid. You're just squatting down or lunging and then lifting up onto that toe. You have 10 to 12 each side. All right, back to our banded squats. So get one of your lighter bands that you have, probably an easy one, so you can kick your feet out pretty wide. So I want your knees and your legs outside of your hips. I want you to be in a pretty wide stance. Stretch that resistance band out. Point your toes 45 degrees away, and that will target the sides of your glutes more. And you're squatting down until your hips do not let you squat down anymore, okay? You don't want to push past that point and try and get deeper. Otherwise, you're putting a ton of strain on your lower back. Alright, keep the band on, and we have banded glute kickbacks. So the resistance band is in the same spot, and you're kicking your leg back, squeezing the glute that you're working, okay?
Even when the road gets tough, you're enough. I don't know how I deserve you. You know I'll always keep on coming back to you.
Alright, now we have our RDLs. We have 15 to 20 reps. So with this higher volume set, we want to really squeeze the core, okay? Because your back is doing a lot of bending over right now, okay? So really squeeze the core, really focus on driving with the glutes up and shooting your bum back on the way down, okay? Keep that back nice and neutral, no bending. What helps is to slide the dumbbell completely close to your leg. Alright, now we have banded glute bridges. So again, I would use an easier band, and you're doing 20 to 30. This is the last time you're doing the glute bridges, so give it your all, get that burn, and yeah, you want to get that peach. Alright, we're ending with a couple core movements. So get down onto your forearms, and we got 45-second plank. You got it. Last movement, kneeling resistance band woodchops. So give yourself a good amount of resistance, and that's kind of the only way you'll feel it in your core. So if you need to scoot back or scoot away from the resistance band, do that. Keep that knee up nice and stable, and those arms nice and stable and static. Just focus on moving your shoulders towards that knee. The shoulders are directing where you go, and your core is tight and squeezed the whole time. Yay! You just completed week 1 of our new Elevate program. Great job! I will see you next week.